You're in the shower. You flip the bottle over. Ingredient number 1, Aqua. That's it. That's water. You paid $19 for a bottle that is, by weight, 97% tap water. And the thing is, the company is legally required to tell you that. It's right there on the label. They're just counting on you, not knowing what it means. Here's what Aqua on a cosmetic label actually means under law. Ingredients are listed in descending order by concentration. Whatever is most abundant goes first. When water is ingredient number 1, it is the dominant component of what you bought. In most facial cleansers, water accounts for somewhere between 90 and 97% of the total formula. The brand isn't hiding it. It's sitting right at the top of the list. But water isn't even the expensive trick here. The ingredient doing all the actual cleaning, the one that removes your sunscreen, your sebum, the actual dirt, is a surfactant, most commonly sodium lauryl sulfate or cocamidopropylbutane if the brand wants to call itself gentle. Either way, the raw material cost for that surfactant, at the concentration used in a standard cleanser, runs somewhere between 20 and 40 cents per bottle. That is the workhorse of your face wash. Costs less than a gumball. The second ingredient is where it gets shameless. After the surfactant, the formula is essentially a greatest hits of cosmetic filler. A thickener, usually carbomer, or a salt like sodium chloride. A few pennies. A preservative, typically phenoxyethanol, because water-based formulas go rancid without one. A few more pennies. A pH adjuster, often citric acid or sodium hydroxide, to stop the product from burning your face off. Trace amounts, fractions of a cent. Then fragrance, one word on the label that can legally represent hundreds of undisclosed compounds. Cheap to add, expensive to market as botanical extract. And the word natural is doing something none of these chemicals can. The remaining 3% of your bottle, everything that isn't water and surfactant, costs the manufacturer somewhere between 30 and 60 cents in total raw materials, depending on the formula. Add it up. A realistic bill of materials for a mid-range face wash sits around 80 cents to $1.20 per unit. Some estimates from cosmetic chemists who've gone public with their math put it closer to $1 flat. That is what is inside the bottle. And what you're actually paying for is something else entirely. A documented example of how this plays out. A brand, well-known, still on shelves, marketed around clean and plant-based positioning, lists its first 5 ingredients as water, glycerin, sodium cocoyl, isethionate, cocamidopropyl hydroxysultine, and glycol distearate. All 5 are standard cosmetic industry inputs, synthesized in chemical plants. The brand markets the product using language like naturally derived and gentle enough for sensitive skin. Those claims are not false. They are also not telling you what the label already tells you, if you know how to read it. Here's where your $19 actually goes. Industry margin data and cosmetic manufacturing disclosures put the physical bottle and cap at roughly 50 to 80 cents. Filling, labeling, and quality control at a contract manufacturer, where most mid-size brands produce their products, adds somewhere between 30 and 70 cents per unit. The retailer takes a cut of 30 to 45% off the shelf price, which on a $19 product is somewhere between $5.50 and $8, straight off the top. That's the shelf. Then there's the shelf space itself. Brands pay slotting fees to get onto pharmacy and grocery shelves. They run promotions that cut into their margin. They spend on digital advertising, targeted ads, influencer seeding. The cost per click on every search for best face wash for oily skin. A rough anatomy of a $19 cleanser, $1 or less in product, $1 in packaging and production, $5 to $8 to the retailer, and the remainder split between logistics, marketing, and brand margin. What you are buying is not a formula. You're buying a story, a shelf position, and a bottle. Full stop. So here is the counter move, and it's not complicated. The active ingredient in most gentle drugstore cleansers, the one behind the fragrance-free, dermatologist-tested, sensitive skin positioning, is often the same surfactant at the same concentration as the $19 bottle. CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser, for example, is publicly documented to cost under $8 and lists the same foundational inputs as cleansers at 3 times the price. The formula difference at the ingredient level is marginal. The price difference is not. Reading any label in under 20 seconds. Ignore the front entirely. Flip it. Find ingredient 1. If it's water, the product is mostly water. That's not a scam. It's how emulsions work. But now, you know. Find ingredient 2 or 3. That's your active. Look up that ingredient name, and its function takes 10 seconds. Anything listed after the 1% threshold, usually where fragrance, extracts, and the hero ingredient appear, is present in amounts too small to measure on your skin. The brightening vitamin C serum complex at the bottom of the list? Trace amounts. Decoration. That's the whole trick. The machine behind a $19 face wash is not unique to skincare. It is the same architecture behind dozens of products. Commodity inputs, low manufacturing cost, premium packaging, a story about nature or science or both, and a retail markup that does most of the work. The formula is almost beside the point. What you paid for was the word natural on the front and the word Aqua on the back. Now you know what both of them are worth. And that's the point.